Hello, my name is Rachel, and today I'll be taking you through a quick 15-minute yoga class for your wrists and your ankles. So, if you're somebody that uses your laptop, your phone a lot, you're using your wrists all day, and you're walking on your feet, then this class is for you. And today for class, all you're going to need is a mat, yourself, and 2 blocks. And if you don't have time to practice with me right now, but you really want to take this class, then feel free to add this to your watch later list and practice with me later on. So today we're going to get started in Gomukhasana. So with the legs, you're going to take your right knee over the left knee and spread your feet out a little bit. And if this is too uncomfortable for you, you can always stay in a cross-legged position. But this is what our feet are going to look like, and then I'm going to turn around so you can see my back. So you're going to lift your right arm straight up towards the sky, bend that right elbow and place it on the right shoulder blade, and then you're going to take the left arm, bend the elbow, and bring the fingertips up to meet the right. And if you can't touch the fingertips, no worries at all. You can grab for the back of your shirt or your sports bra or whatever it is that you're wearing. And we're going to stay here for a couple rounds of breath. Getting a nice stretch in our shoulder blades, in the wrists, in our hips. And with your next exhale, you can go ahead and release that. You can kind of shake out the shoulders and the wrists if that feels nice. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So this time the left knee is going to come over the right. If you're in cross-legged, you can stay right where you are and just switch the cross. So bringing the left foot crossed over the right, or the right crossed over the left, whatever is opposite from what you just did. And then this time you're going to lift your left arm straight up towards the sky, bend that left elbow, bringing that left palm to rest on your left shoulder blade. And then you're going to bend the right elbow and bring that arm behind you and try to grab for the left fingertips here. If that's too much and this side is a little bit tighter than your other side, you can also just grab for your shirt or your sports bra or whatever else it is that you're wearing. The fingertips don't need a touch. And just take a couple rounds of breath here. I know this side is definitely tighter than my other side for me. And with your next exhale, you can go ahead and release that, shaking out the wrists, the arms, the shoulders. Release the legs, come back into a cross-legged position, and now make your way into tabletop. Once you're in tabletop, look down and make sure that the shoulders are directly over your wrists and that your hips are directly over your knees. And we're going to take some cat-cows here. So as you inhale, look forward as you arch the spine, and exhale, curl it all in. Just take a couple more rounds at your own pace, moving with the breath. And with your next inhale, come back into tabletop, and you're going to move a couple inches forward and then bring your weight a couple inches back. And just shift through this a couple more times at your own pace. And now come back into a tabletop position and just take gentle circles around yourself with the hips, starting in whichever direction feels the most natural to you. And take those circles in the opposite direction. And when you're ready, bring yourself back into a tabletop position, but this time you're going to flip your wrists around. So the goal here is to have that middle finger pointing directly at your knee. So the left middle finger will be pointing directly towards the left knee, and that right middle finger will be pointed directly at the right knee. And now we're going to do the same thing that we just did, but with flip wrists. So we're going to take some cat-cows. So as you inhale, look forward as you arch the spine, and exhale, curl it all in. Inhale as you look forward, arching the spine. Exhale, curl it in. And just do this a couple more times at your own pace, moving with the breath. And when you're ready, come back into a tabletop, and you're going to shift your weight a couple inches forward and a couple inches back. Just flow through this, moving at your own pace. And now take little circles around your wrists. And now make those circles in the other direction. And when you're ready, come back into a tabletop position. Release the wrists, bring them back forward, sit back onto the heels, and you can kind of shake the wrists out from side to side. Shake them up and down. And now stay where you are on your heels. This time you're going to bring your blocks with you and bring them right behind you on their lowest height. And I want you to place your palms onto the blocks, coming back a couple of inches. And this time, keeping the toes tucked underneath you, you're just gonna lift your knees a couple inches off of the mat, getting a nice stretch in the getting a nice stretch in the ankles here. And if it feels nice, you can take little circles with the knees. And take those circles in the other direction. And when you're ready, bring the knees back onto the mat. Come forward into tabletop. And press the tops of the feet onto the mat. Just shake them out a little bit. And now come into a tabletop position, moving the blocks to the side of your mat so they're not in the way. Come back into a tabletop position, and this time you're going to bring your right leg straight out behind you, tucking the toes. And you're just going to move a couple inches forward and a couple inches back. Getting a nice stretch in that right calf muscle, in the right ankle. And when you're ready, go ahead and lift the right toes a couple inches off of the mat and take little circles with that right ankle in one direction. And now take those circles in the opposite direction. And now go ahead and bend that right knee and bring it right underneath the right hip, coming back into a tabletop position. And this time we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to bring that left foot right back behind you, untucking the toes, and you're going to shift your weight a couple inches forward and a couple inches back, getting a nice stretch in that left calf muscle, the left ankle. And when you're ready, lift that left foot a couple inches off of the mat, taking little circles with the left ankle in one direction. And then a couple of circles in the other direction. And then go ahead and bend that left knee, bringing the knee right underneath that left hip, coming back into a tabletop position. This time, go ahead and tuck the toes, lift the knees a couple inches off of the mat, and make your way back into a downward facing dog. Once you're in down dog, I want you to press your heels as far as they can go onto the mat. And take a couple of deep breaths here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Take another deep inhale here. And exhale. Now with your next inhale, I want you to go ahead and come up onto your toes, lifting the heels away from the mat. And as you exhale, you're going to bring the heels as close to the mat as they can go. So inhale, lifting the heels away from the mat, coming up onto the toes. Exhale, bring the heels as close to the mat as they can go. And just do that a couple more times, moving at your own pace. And with your next exhale, go ahead and lower the knees back onto the mat, sitting onto the heels. And now you're going to bring your legs forward, straightening out the knees. And I want you to just take a couple of little stretches with the wrists. So take a couple of circles around yourself with your wrists. And move those wrist circles in the other direction. And then lower the wrists back onto the thighs, and you're going to do the same thing with your ankles. So just taking little gentle circles with the ankles in one direction. And take those circles in the other direction. And that is all for today's class. Feel free to take a Shavasana or any other poses that you want to take. But that is all for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you want to keep taking more classes with us, then feel free to check out our Yoga Plus app using the link below.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the pose library. Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.